all the troop contributing countries and all the other partners that are supporting that process. We urge our international partners to support these missions and ensure
their success. In late January, I met Sudan's foreign minister and discussed the terrible situation in Sudan.
And I believe this is our next frontier of engagement. I had a robust engagement with the President al-Sisi of Egypt
on these matters touching on Sudan and on what Kenya and Egypt and all the other neighbors can contribute towards the situation that keeps deteriorating in Sudan. The toll on human life, the serious situation, humanitarian situation.
The atrocities that are going on in that country are just unimaginable. And
we cannot continue, it cannot continue to be what it is. And therefore, even as we hem in on Somalia and on DRC,
and concluding what we are doing in South Sudan, Sudan must of necessity be the next frontier for us to focus. Beyond Africa, Kenya is also contributing to global security through the Multinational Security Support Initiative in Haiti, demonstrating our commitment to Pan-African solidarity wherever it is needed. I invite the diplomatic community to encourage their governments to join us in this vital humanitarian and multilateral effort. I must thank countries that have worked with us, El Salvador and all the other countries, Jamaica, and of course the support of the United States and the UN family in advancing the cause of peace and stability in Haiti. Kenya remains steadfast in its commitment to multilateralism, recognizing international cooperation as an essential to address global challenges. As the host of the only UN headquarters in Africa and the Global South, the UN office in Nairobi, alongside UNEP and UN Habitat, Kenya continues to champion multilateral engagement. Our leadership in environmental and climate diplomacy is guided by the outcomes of the Africa Climate Summit in 2023, which emphasized the need for increased climate adaptation and mitigation financing. These commitments continue to shape our priorities in the new year. We are actively working to enhance Nairobi's position as a hub for multilateral diplomacy by ensuring international organizations enjoy necessary privileges. We continue to expand infrastructure and to enhance our security situation, not just in Kenya, but more specifically in Nairobi. However, the evolving global landscape calls for urgent reforms to make multilateral institutions more responsive to the needs of all nations. Kenya strongly supports UN reform, particularly greater representation for Africa. With 54 member states, 28% of the UN's membership, Africa must have a stronger voice to uphold fairness and equality in global decision-making. We hold similar views regarding international financial institutions. Kenya supports efforts to reform the global financial architecture, ensuring fair debt restructuring, climate financing, and development support. I urge our esteemed partners to back these necessary reforms for more equitable and just economic system. Kenya's efforts to secure concessional funding through IDA window of the World Bank, that I championed during the IDA 21 Replenishment Summit in Nairobi, resulted in raising US dollars 100 billion, the highest ever. This was a monumental step as we work towards assisting 75 countries that are least developed, a majority of whom are in our continent. On environmental matters, inaction and geopolitical divisions only heighten the risk we all face. Climate threats do not recognize borders. They demand a collective global response. I urge nations and world leaders to recognize climate action as an imperative for survival and for shared responsibility. Kenya remains committed to collaborating with like-minded nations to push the climate agenda forward. Domestically, Kenya has made remarkable progress in transitioning to a green economy, with over 93% of our grid electricity generating from renewable resources such as geothermal, wind, and solar. Our national tree planting and restoration campaign, targeting 15 billion trees by 2032, is on course. In 2024, our efforts led to the planting and growing of 750 million trees. As we approach COP30, we call on international partners to honor their climate financing commitments. Kenya will continue leading by example, advocating equitable climate financing, and ensuring Africa's voice remains central in global climate discussions. I urge for your support in this endeavor. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I commend the diplomatic missions and international organizations in Kenya for their cooperation, goodwill, and support. Your contribution in trade, investment, health, education, technology transfer, infrastructure development, capacity building, and security are invaluable. Kenya deeply values the expertise and resources you bring to our shared efforts. The diplomatic community serves as a vital bridge between nations, fostering dialogue and cooperation. I invite you to engage freely with our government on matters of mutual interest. Kenya remains your dependable and committed partner in bilateral, regional, and global affairs. As we embark on this new year, I extend my warmest wishes for a prosperous and impactful year ahead. Let us strengthen our partnerships to ensure that our collective efforts translate into meaningful progress for our people and for the world. Once again, thank you for your continued support and collaboration, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Another warm clap for His Excellency. Let's take our seats, please. Your Excellency, sir, with your permission, will now progress to a brief diplomatic engagement, and this will be moderated by Principal Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Korir Sing'oei. And I'm sure if not all ambassadors, most of them have learnt a bit of Kiswahili, so let me put it to the test. Tumpigie makofi akija. Okay, we'll have the Prime Cabinet Secretary coming to moderate that. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Your Excellency.